Yeah, excuse my little makeshift tripod right here. Yeah, like it's just the box that the webcam came in. Right now I'm just on Dueling Network, just watching some duels, and I figured like, well, while we're watching some duels, I guess I'll just talk about, all the stuff that I want to speak on. Um, in my last Yu-Gi-Oh video, I was speaking on how, uh, I was speaking on how popularity has overshadowed strategy and originality in the game, and it has, because when you think about it, it's like you have people that are just going to use the popular cards just because they're, quote unquote, the best cards you can get your hands on, but that's not always necessarily a good thing, because even though this card may have a good effect, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to use it well, with your deck build. Like, that's the first thing. Oh, somebody lost. Time to click on another duel to watch. Um, go to that one. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna have um, proper uses of that card. It's like, and some of the most popular cards, in my opinion, like, I'm just getting tired of seeing them. But then again, they got people that's just gonna use what they want to use, and I'm not mad at them because they want to use what they want to use. But my whole thing is, I hope that people would explore the game more beyond the popular cards, because there's so many more useful cards, and they got cards out there that are more effective than all the cards that you see people using these days, such as the Giant Trunade, and as you can see, a Mystical Space Typhoon, like Mirror Force, Shooting Stardust Dragon, Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, like Bottomless Trap Hole, and all these other cards that you see really a lot of people using, to the point where it's just like, damn, I'm tired of seeing the cards. Like, can we get some variety in this game, please? You know, and it gets to the point, and and basically, like the one thing I notice about the people that really just are just in the game just to use the popular cards that are in it, I've noticed like the same thing with literally everybody that has used these cards, such as Solemn Warning, um, uh, Solemn Judgment, and cards such as that. It's like they don't look beyond the card's effect to really see what kind of combo they can pull off. You know, and let's say, for example, it's a number of cards in this game that can uh, um, it's a number of cards in this game that can negate and destroy uh, spell and trap cards. But the most popular cards that are known for doing this are Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, and Dark Bribe. Like, those are like the top three cards. And let me exit this duel so I can make sure that I get my facts right. I don't want to say which is which. Like, this is my little deck build that I just made. Um, let me see. Solemn. Okay, right here. Like, take this thing off, this makeshift box. Solemn Judgment. Like these are one of the more popular cards that I was speaking on. And the effect of this card is pay. Well, the effect of this card is pay half of your life points and negate the activation of a spell card, trap card, normal summon, flip summon, special summon, and destroy the spell card and or summon monster. Spell card, trap card, or summon monster. And this is Solemn Warning, which is the other, more popular cards when it comes to negating and destruction of spell and trap cards or anything else for that matter. And the effect is pay half of your life points to negate the activation of a spell card, trap card, normal summon, flip summon, special summon, and destroy the spell, trap card, or summon monster. And the other card, Dark Bribe, let me see. Dark Bribe. Right here. Dark Bribe. It says negate the activation of an opponent's spell or trap card and destroy it. Your opponent draws one card. Now, alright, like I just showed you the cards. Let me get up out of here. And go back to a duel so we can have something to watch while I'm speaking on this. But I'm real sorry if this is looking crooked. But back this up some more. Alright. But yeah. As I just showed you, like the top 3 more popular cards for negation and destruction in the game are Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, and Dark Bribe. And they are very effective, but as effective as these cards are, and just like a lot of other cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, they have a downside to them, and it's like people don't look beyond that card effect to find out like how can they like counter the negative side effects of these cards. Like for example, like the cards I was speaking on with Solemn Judgment, like you have to pay half of your life points in order to use the effect. With Solemn Warning, like you have to pay 2,000 life points. With Solemn, well not Solemn, but with a Dark Bribe, you can allow your opponent to get, one card in their hand, and that's a bad move with either of those cards. Yeah, these cards have, very powerful effects, but like I said, like a lot of cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, they have negative side effects that can really cause you to lose the game, and that's one thing that you don't want to do in a duel. Like, you don't want to give your opponent any kind of advantage. So you have to ask yourself, and like people don't ask themselves, what can they do beyond the card's effect that can help me bounce back from this negative side effect of this card that I was just using. And that takes some thought, which is what a lot of these newer generation Yu-Gi-Oh players don't seem to do. It's like they always take the easy way out. They always try to find like the best cards to use, and they don't really put any thought into making these decks that they're making, and they just use whatever's you know, popular out there. And that's what this whole topic is about. It's like popularity overshadows or strategy and originality. And speaking on the cards I was talking about, like you have to look beyond the card's effect to really, you know, to really, what's the word I want to use? Like you really have to look beyond the card's effect in order to really, use some, you know, in order to really like play this game. You have to use these cards in combination with other cards in order to avoid like the negative side effects if they have any. And I had some combos that I was just like, I was just searching the like all the cards on the website, and I found some cards, because that's what I do in my spare time. Like I just um research usually like Yu-Gi-Oh cards as a hobby. You know, you can say what you want, but that's just what I do in my spare time. Like when I ain't got nothing else to do, I just research Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And as I was researching them, I actually came up with some card combos that y'all would, like to try, might want to try. And let me head back to the other deck constructor. And let's see. Just type in anything so y'all can see this. Alright, what was I gonna type in? Alright, just give me a second here as I set this up. Give me a second, because I'm really trying to make a point here with these cards. The tusks. Well, I guess when I'm looking for these cards, I can still talk to you. But yeah, like it's a lot of cards that people tend to overlook that actually are more effective than what people tend to abuse in using a game. Nowadays, if you ask anybody for any suggestions for any cards, all you're gonna get is the same answer. The same answer. Well, you got any cards for, monster destruction? Oh, well, why don't you just use like bottomless trap hole, or like dark hole, et cetera, et cetera. Like that's all they're gonna suggest. That they're not gonna go beyond what you would expect, because it's like they don't have it. Their knowledge of this game is so low that they don't bother looking beyond what's popular. And take this down. Zoom in on here for a minute so I can tell you about these card combos that I came up with. Alright. Tell me that. Okay. You can see it, right? Okay. Like I was speaking on Dark Bribe. One of the more popular ways to negate, well, hands down, this is the best card in terms of negation of spells and traps. Like this is like one of the best cards to do that with the effect. And see, it says it right here. You can negate the activation of an opponent's spell or trap card and destroy it. But then your opponent draws one card. See, this is the negative side effect. Because if they end up drawing, because with this effect right here, your opponent could actually draw something that they've been waiting on using. And in this game, that's one thing you don't want to give. I mean, even though like it is like a small possibility in a duel, you don't want to give your opponent any kind of possibility if you're ending up, well, if you're planning on winning the duel. Like the last thing you want to do is give them any possibility to win. So I came up with this this card combo. Like I said, when I was looking for cards, well, looking through cards, and I was researching them. Like in order to combat this negative side effect right here, like you can use this card. Now, what this card is called Drastic Drop Off, and what it does is you can activate this when your opponent adds cards from their deck to their hand, including drawing cards. Your opponent discards one of those cards. So basically, you can use this in combination with Dark Bride, and that can help. And like that can counter that negative side effect of Dark Bride. Like after the effect of Dark Bride resolves and your opponent draws that one card, then you can activate this in response to that. And yeah, like that's one combo that I came up with, and it's very useful. I've tried it, and it helps. It helps. It helps combat that negative side effect of Dark Bride. So that's a good idea. So and that is right there. That's one combo that I came up with. And here's another one. Fake Trap. Now, basically, what Fake Trap does is it absorbs any spell and trap card destruction on your side of the field. Like anytime your opponent activates some card that can like destroy all your trap cards or even just one of them, you can activate this card in response to that, and they'll take that hit and you can send it to the graveyard. And like this was actually one of the first combos that I came up with. This is the card that I comboed with it. Driving Snow. And the effect of this is you can activate this card when one or more of your trap cards are destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect that your opponent controls. Destroy one spell or trap card on the field. See that's the combo right here, and this combo right here is so obvious. I'm surprised. I haven't seen anybody else come up with it. So I mean, hey, that's that popularity. People don't look. You know, people don't like to think. But the combination for this is, you know, let's say for example you have like these two cards up in your spell and trap card zone, and your opponent activates the Mystical Space Typhoon, and he targets this one while it's face down. You can flip this space up, and you can avoid the destruction of that, you know, of Mystical Space Typhoon. Well, well, you can avoid the destruction of your Driving Snow, and by activating Fake Trap, and you know, since Fake Trap is a trap card, that's when you can activate Driving Snow. So just in case they have like another trap card on the field, then you can just, you know, go ahead and just destroy it, because it specifies right here, like you can destroy any, you know, spell or trap card on the field, like whether it's face down or face up, unless it's Royal Decree, and you know, well, we all know what that does. But yeah. Now this next combo, let me find this card right quick. This next combo is a combo that I came up with when I was just trying to find alternate ways to summon like level 5 or higher monsters, and and this combo can really help you out with that. And it works extremely well against like the Six Samurais or any other type of deck build that really, uh, you know, basically any type of deck build that really special summons like a whole bunch of monsters. And this could help you out with that. Okay. For this first part of this combo, you're gonna need a monster called Cosmic Compass, and the effect it's called Cosmic Compass. Let's show y'all right there. And the effect of it is when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon a number of compass tokens up to the number of monsters your opponent controls. And like this is a good effect and a very good alternate option and more effective option other than Dandelion. And the reason why I say that is because with Dandelion, well, like as you can see, it is limited down to 1 because of the effect. Like when this card is sent to the graveyard, and that's whether it was like removed from play and you sent it to the graveyard with some card effect, or whether it was in your deck and you put it in the graveyard through some card effect, or whether you sent it from your hand to the graveyard, from the field to the graveyard, like whenever it gets put in the graveyard, you can activate this effect. And what the effect is that like you can special summon 2 like Dandelion tokens, but one of the major setbacks of this is that these tokens cannot be attributed for tribute summon during the turn that they got special summoned. Now this is bad for a number of reasons, because there's a number of costs. Because let's say, for example, that you did normal summon Dandelion, and your opponent activates some effect that sends Dandelion to the grave, like during your turn, or even if you set Dandelion face down in a face down defense position, you can still, there's still cards out there that can like destroy face down cards, and like on your opponent's turn. So if your opponent sets this face down, well, like if you set this face down and then your opponent activates a card in response to that monster getting set face down, then you're pretty much fucked. Because even when it does get sent to the graveyard and you do special summon the 2 tokens, you can't use them right away. And that's bad, because like you might have a monster or something that can, be summoned by the use of those 2 tokens. So I think Cosmic Compass is a more effective alternative. I mean, yeah, you have to normal summon it, but it's a good alternative to Dandelion, because unlike Dandelion, like this one has no restrictions on when you can use the tokens. So yeah, and when used in combination with this double summon, and what this does is it gives you an extra normal summon, but you can only use the effect once per turn. But still, let's say for example that you had a level 5 or higher monster in your hand, and you had Cosmic Compass, and your opponent has like 5 monsters on their side of the field. You can normal summon Cosmic Compass. You can get like 4 other tokens on the field, and then you can activate this, and then you can gain that extra summon. You can summon that powerful monster to your side, and hey, that's a good card. This is another good combo to use, especially when you have like level 5 or higher monsters. So yeah. Moving on, I found these cards as I was just looking through stuff. So like all I'm gonna be doing is just like like reviewing them. This card is called Big Tusk Mammoth. Which is the name Big Tusk Mammoth. And what the effect is, monsters on your opponent's side of the field cannot attack during the same turn that they are normal summon, flip summon, or special summon. Now this is very good up against decks like Six Samurai, where like basically all that deck does is special summon like crazy. That's one of the main strong points of that deck, is to special summon. And this is a good way to counter that if this is on your field. I mean, it has 2,000 attack points and 1,000 defense points, so it's a really good stall option for them. You know, if you use this in combination with Stumble, that's a really good stumbling. Let me see if I can find that card. Yeah, right here, stumbling. You could really use this. Matter of fact, I had just started this in, I just started this combination on the fly just now. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, that's what I be talking about. You gotta think. But I just started this. But yeah, like if you use Big Tusk Mammoth in combination with this, on top of the fact that they can't attack, like their monsters can't attack during that turn that they normal summon, flip summon, or special summon, you can use this and like they won't be able to like they won't be able to have their monsters in a up in attack position. And even more so, they have monsters that have effects that activate if there's, in attack position. So this is a good way to counter that. On top of the fact that they can't attack, you'll be putting them in defense mode, and you can counter, those effects so that they won't be activated. Next card, we have Haidhane. I don't know if that's pronounced Haidhane or like Haidhane. I'm not sure, but whatever. You see the name, like I'm gonna call it Haidhane. That's what I'm gonna call it. But the effect is it is a flip summon effect. Well, not a flip summon effect, but it's a flip effect. And you can return up to 3 monsters on the field to the owner's hand. Now this is a good extensive way. Well, it is 5 stars. So yeah, this is a will require 1 tribute, but it's a really good payoff. And it's really good for like all those special summons that they like work so hard to get on the field. Like all the special summons that your opponent works so hard to get on the field, like you can really stun them with this. And like you can return up to 3 of those cards, like back to the owner's hand, or like you can send like fusion monsters, synchro monsters, like back to their extra deck. So this is a more effective option, like beyond cards like I like Brionac, which is basically just a synchro monster. And like if you the reason why I say it's better than Brionac is because with Brionac you need cards in your hand in order to activate its effect. And with Brionac is that you send cards from your hand, and you can send cards on your opponent's side of your field back to their hand, equal to the number of cards that you had sent from your hand to the graveyard. But with this one, of course, you don't have to worry about that, and it's an addition to the effects of like Penguin Soldier and cards such as that can send monsters back to your hand. It's this is a nice alternative from that. Now, a lot of people use cards like Cyber Dragon which can be special summoned from your hand if you have no monsters on your field, but your opponent has monsters on that side of the field. You can use that cards like this Oracle of the Sun, which basically has the same effect, and that's a level 5 monster, well, just like Cyber Dragon, but it's not necessarily a good alternative because Cyber Dragon has a lot, a very high attack, so, but you can, but yeah, like this is just another card that has that same effect. So, hey, if you were ever looking for, another card that can be special summoned, look, while you have no monsters on the field, well, this is one of them that I found. So, yeah, Oracle of the Sun. Show you. There it is. Now this card right here, now this is good for all the direct damage decks that I've seen. Like this is a good card right here. It's called Satellite Cannon, and basically what the effect is that this card cannot be destroyed by battle with a level 7 or lower monster. So there you go right there. It can avoid destruction by battle, which is a good thing, from level 7 or lower monsters. So, and another effect is during each of your end phases, this card gains 1,000 attack. If this card attacks, its attack is returned to 0 after damage calculation. So this is another good card that you can, use for all you direct damage users out there. Like this could be a good card where you can just build up the attack and then use this in combination with Catapult Turtle, with Catapult Turtle. Catapult Turtle. What the hell am I doing? Hold on a second. Catapult Turtle. Okay. Monsters, effects. Here we go. Catapult Turtle. It's really good. After you build up this attack to as high as you want it, you can use the effect and you contribute this card, and it can inflict damage to your opponent's life points, equal to half of the attack of the monster that you attributed. So let's say if you built this, or by some string of luck, like you built this attack up to 16,000. Half of that is 8,000, which is basically the maximum amount of life points you can receive as a standard, like at the beginning of the duel. So that's pretty much like a total wipeout. And pretty much like by that time you get Satellite Cannon out, it's a chance that your opponent's life points is going to be lowered by enough to where you ain't even got to wait that many turns. You can just use this attack, or use this combination. Get him out, then get him out and just toss him out, and tribute him and inflict damage and win. So that's a good card combination. And this is another one of those cards I was talking about with level 5 that is an alternate from Cyber Dragon. No, I wouldn't say that it's a good alternative, but it is an alternative just in case you have some other type of like deck build that you wanted to make. Like this could be good for you, like it is a fiend type, and its attribute is light. So for all you fiend type light attribute deck builders out there, like this could be a good card for y'all. You know, the effect of this is that this card cannot be normal summoned or set. You can remove from play one light monster from your graveyard and special summon this card from your hand. Like the good deal with this is that I'm thinking like in the event that you may have like 3 of these in your hand at one point, and like you have all these light attribute monsters in your graveyard, you can just like pretty much swarm the field with, you know, soul convoys. You know, it's a pretty good idea. It might be a little far-fetched, but hey, that's something. But yeah, you know, as I continue to, you know, research cards, you know, I'm gonna do more videos on some, you know, alternatives from the more popular cards, and you know, and I'm just keep on speaking on, you know, on Yu-Gi-Oh every now and then. I will be having some more the Dungeon Explorer footage up later on. So yeah, you can keep a lookout for that. But yeah, I was just like the whole basics of why I'm starting to do Yu-Gi-Oh videos is that I want people that play Yu-Gi-Oh to understand, like, I really want to encourage people to look beyond the popular cards that you see basically the majority of people using, and you know, just explore the game and the cards a little bit more than you do, because you'll be able to find a lot, you know, when you do that. But yeah, this has been Azarel signing out. You can catch me on Dual Network, username Azarel. I'll talk to you later.